Ferris. I'm the chairman of Donaghcloney Community Garden, and the garden started in 2017. The idea was floated with Kyle Savage and myself, and we needed a permanent home, and there was an opportunity to go to where rural needs were, but that was not going to be a permanent home because there's a developer owned it. And then we approached the British Legion, and they offered us a permanent home, and we have been here since 2017, and we have made great changes to the rear of the British Legion. We removed trees and made it more hospitable, and now the club has grown and grown and grown, and it caters for everyone. Doesn't matter what your ability is, doesn't matter what your colour is, your creed or anything else. Everybody is welcome. If you're able to plant a seed, that's all right. If you're able to make a shed, that's okay. Everybody finds a niche. And it started out as a garden, but it has actually been recognised now as a well-being unit where people can come and they talk about their problems to each other, and it works very well. And not only is it the garden, but they've done the knit, the crochet. They also have a sewing class where they're going to make a quilt, and it's endless what they're going to do. With the projects, it's all diversity, but the main thing in the garden is it's kept simple so that our grandmothers and grandas would be proud of us. They lived in little labourers' cottages, half an acre. They grew all the fruit and veg that they needed and shared, and that's the idea that we have behind this. We don't need to be you don't need a PhD or anything like that. It would be an insult to your grandparents and all for someone to say, but you aren't doing this right. Well, they did. They haven't caused all the plastic to be used and everything like that. So the generation, I think, some now, it's an insult to blame, it's the past generations. No, it's the generations between that have used everything. So our motto is keep it simple. It works. Nature will do the rest. And it has worked wonderfully well, and long may it continue. We meet on a Monday, on a Friday, 10:30 to 12:30 or whatever. It could extend if it's something interesting, and you just drop down, and there's tea and coffee. The only thing is, if you're able to pay £1 for your tea and coffee, that's okay. If you're not, that's not a problem. Everything that we do has to be accessible to everyone. I think the big problem with some groups is it costs a lot of money, and we were there before everybody else, that we try and make it that it costs very little or free. Free is a wonderful word, and the way the situation is now with food poverty, heat poverty and all the rest, we're maybe ahead of the posse in that respect, that it has to be accessible to all, and even people with different abilities. It's not a problem. You find a niche and away you go. There's everything recycled. We actually made Christmas trees from pallets. We've made board boxes from pallets, and there this morning we had got a load of scaffolding planks that have been turned down by health and safety. Well, they make beds for us, raised beds, and if they do 2 or 3 years, at least they're not been burnt. And everything is recycled, and people donate bits and pieces, and we will recycle. And there is a project, we hope to get it off the ground, that we made some board boxes, owl boxes. We would actually like to be able to put a camera in and observe what's going on in the nest box. Now that's a big thought at the moment. There's a big distance between a thought and it coming to a finished project, but that would be the whole idea about it. It is also, now certainly we're so glad to Royal British Legion that allowed us to have the hall, and we have brought different courses, and they worked very well. I think without the garden, British Legion mightn't be. Without the British Legion, the garden wouldn't be. So it's cooperation between two community groups. And then the other one that hasn't operated for 18 months is the community lunch group. Due to the elderly nature of the people that come, we couldn't afford to have it running. But what we grow outside is used in the lunch group. And also, if someone is passing by and they need something out of the garden, they're quite entitled to go in and take it. If someone didn't need it and it was greed, they would have me to deal with. But if someone needed, there's a genuine need, that is not a problem. It's there for the community. And we're hoping to do a project next week with the school to actually plant 2 fruit trees and also demonstrate to them a willow arch. So the other thing, without the conservation volunteers, we would not exist. They have been behind us, they have encouraged us, they have increased our enthusiasm, and also to the council for their running costs grants, and live here and live here. It's just constant to try and see if we can keep getting grants.
Well, the benefits are remarkable. Like, it's bringing people together of all abilities and helping them and getting them into the great outdoors and teaching new skills and upskilling there as we go along. And we look at different projects going along all the time. We're looking at new ways of working and all, so we are. So it's a great benefit to the community, bringing everybody together. There's every walk of life here, so there is. And as you see around the table, a cup of coffee, that lets you know exactly the broad range of people we have here within the community, and it's a good bit of crack. Before we come in here, whenever we got permission here from the Royal British Legion to use the car park at the back here, the trees were all overgrown. We come in, we took them down, we landscaped, and then we got the concrete down here and the polytunnel and all up. So it's just remarkable. The difference has been here in this last 3-4 years has been remarkable. But that's the community coming together to make that happen. Everybody plays their part.
My name's Bethany Lydowler, and I got involved because I wanted to get involved with the community. I like being involved with the community garden because I love gardening and planting and building the pots. I've learned about that there's loads of different types of plants and how to take care of them and how to use a drill.
A big supporter of the garden group is Tata. They are there, we can talk to them. If there's a course coming out, they will let us know. And Tata, they have sponsored a course, a sewing course that starts next Tuesday. It's actually to make a table runner, and that will be the forerunner of a quilt that will possibly tell, well, it will tell the story of the community garden.